Hey, Stevie GB here. Another episode of Stevie Rocks. All right, yesterday I told you about my favorite band, The Kinks. And my second favorite band, The Who. All right, a lot of people like The Who. They're very popular. But you know what? I've been a Who fan from way back. I saw them back in 1979. Unfortunately, it was after Keith Moon died. I saw them when Who Are You, the album Who Are You came out. Great album. Great album. Of course, my favorite Who album of all time. Not Tommy. Not Who's Next. Quadrophenia. Oh my God. Quadrophenia. For an entire summer, that's all I played was Quadrophenia. It spoke to me. I was about, 17 when that came out. Maybe a little, I don't know. Came out in 74. So, I was about 16. Perfect age to be getting into Quadrophenia. One of the greatest double album rock operas of all time. Brilliant. Musically, they were at their best. Lyrically, Pete Townsend was probably at his best. Pete, I love Pete. It's all teenage angst. That's what he writes about. He's a little bit of a pain in the ass. He gets down on himself sometimes. I saw Quadrophenia live in 1996, and he refused to play electric guitar. Weird to think of Pete Townsend playing only acoustic, but it was a phenomenal show. Billy Idol was on there. Gary Glitter, I think that was before the pedophile things that he was doing. Or it was probably during, but you didn't know about it. Great show. Saw it again last year at Nassau Coliseum. Excellent. Seen The Who 6 times. Love them. They're coming up on their 50th anniversary tour. I'm tempted. But it's hard without Entwistle and without Moon. Although I never saw them with Moon. Would have loved to see them with Moon. Saw them with Entwistle. Phenomenal. Best bass player ever. I love Roger Daltrey. I love him, but, I don't know. He's a good singer. I always felt he was the weakest part of the band. It's terrible to say, but that's my feeling. Pete Townsend. Would love to see his Lifehouse project finally come to life. He's been talking about that forever. It was a weird concept of getting the audience involved. You can hear a lot of Lifehouse on the Odds and Sods album, if you could find that. Pure and Easy, Naked Eye. Great songs. The Who have a lot of songs that people don't know. They know all the hits. Mostly you could find them on Who's Next. Great albums. Great band. Kind of lost track of them in the 80s. They came out with some albums I really didn't get into. Tried to listen to them recently. Didn't like the Kenny Jones era. Kenny Jones, the drummer. He was a good drummer for the Faces. Didn't really work out for him and the Who, in my opinion. Now, Zach Starkey, Ringo Starr's son, plays drums for the Who now. And on the Quadrophenia tour, he got every single note of Keith Moon's drums right. And the drumming on that album is just the best rock drumming I've ever heard. And I know that album so well that if he was off one beat, I would pick it up. And I didn't, because he was brilliant. That's my take on The Who. Great band. I guess one of my biggest disappointments was Quadrophenia, which was such an amazing record, was followed up by Who by Numbers, which was a real piece of crap. But there's a couple of good songs on there. In retrospect, when you listen back to these things, they sound good. But when you're in the thick of it, I just expected much more from them. But, Pete was probably drunk. He had a lot of issues with drugs and abuse, alcohol and drugs abuse. Guy's a mess. But he's a genius. One of my favorites. Created the windmill guitar. Stole a lot from the Kinks. He even admitted it. He loved the Kinks. I Can't Explain was basically a Kinks ripoff. You could hear that. All right, The Who, Stevie Rocks. Rock and roll. Won't get fooled again. Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye.